Today we're taking a deep dive into one of Thompson Station's most sought after neighborhoods, Bridgemore Village. So if you didn't see my video last week, you should definitely go back and watch it after you see this one. It's the top 7 neighborhoods in Thompson Station. So if you're thinking about moving to Williamson County or you're thinking about moving to Nashville and looking for a great planned community with great amenities, this is going to be a great neighborhood for you to maybe explore. But I do talk about the top 7 in that last video, which also might be valuable to you. So you can always jump back and watch that. I can link that at the end as well. But today we're going to do a deep dive into Bridgemore Village. I did a video a while back on this neighborhood, but I wanted to do an updated one. It's fully built out now, so there's not going to be any new build opportunities in this neighborhood, but that is one of the things that makes this a really great neighborhood for people, because I do have people calling me and they want that more established neighborhood. You've got nice roomy lots in this neighborhood. You've got lots of trees, lots of curb appeal, so it just feels really established and nice in here, which a lot of people want. A lot of pluses to this neighborhood, so we're going to talk about those today. We're also going to talk about a couple of the listings that are in here towards the end, so stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about a listing that I have in here and a couple others just to give you an idea of price points and things like that. We're going to drive through, let you see the houses, talk about price points, schools. We're going to take a look at it on the map and see where it is, so definitely stay tuned. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Jennifer Gramling and I'm a realtor in the Nashville area. So if you have questions at all about moving here or relocating, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, email, however you want to get in touch, and there's a Calendly link in the description where you can get in touch with me there. Just book a time to talk directly with me if you want to do that. On this channel, we do deep dives into neighborhoods, cities, talk about the best places to live, and try to answer all your questions if you're moving here or if you're moving within the Nashville area. It's helpful to you too. So be sure to like this video if it's helpful. So let's go ahead. Let's talk more about Bridgemore Village and see if this might be a great neighborhood for you. Okay, so first things first, let's drive through. We're going to talk about the homes that you can buy in here. We're going to talk about the price points, sizes, things like that. We're going to take a look at the amenities so you can see what kind of amenities you have in this neighborhood. And then we're going to take a look at the map, and then we're going to take a look at some specific listings that are in here as of right now. So this neighborhood has been being built for some time. They started building this neighborhood back in like 2007. So it has been under construction for a long time, and they just completed the last new build last year. So if you're looking for new construction, this might not be it, but you can find things that are on the newer side. You can also find things on the older side. But one of the great things about buying one of these resale homes right now is that, especially with the lot sizes in this neighborhood, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, you're not going to find new builds on this lot size in this price point in Williamson County right now. So that's going to be really hard to find, especially with these builders' quality. So that's just something to consider. So if you were thinking maybe only new construction, maybe consider something that's resale, because you can find these beautifully built homes on larger established lots at a price point that you definitely cannot build new for. Okay, so as I said, construction started back here in around 2007 and just finished out last year. In this neighborhood, it's going to be actually a really nice size. You're going to have over 500 homes in this neighborhood. So it's not overwhelmingly big, but it is enough that you're going to have tons of community, tons of neighbors. If you're wanting to make community and meet people, you can do that here, especially with all the amenities and things that you have here. And there is always stuff going on. There's always people out going to the pool, things like that. So that's really a great selling point about this neighborhood. So you've got over 500 homes, and those were built by several different builders, actually. So this is not just one builder in this neighborhood. So some of those were built by Shaw, some were built by Crescent, which is now Dream Finders. You had Arnold Homes and Defada, and then you had some other custom builders. So you're going to find a good mix of different builders in here, which is also going to give you a mix of different aesthetics, different finishes. So if you like something different from one of these other builders, you very likely can find something that you like in here. Now, lot size was something that I mentioned was a big draw for this neighborhood. And as you can see, as we drive through, you've got tons of trees, you've got room between the houses, you've got room to breathe, but your lot sizes in here typically are going to be somewhere from around as high as 3/4 of an acre plus, all the way down to about 1/5 of an acre. But your typical lot size in here is going to be somewhere from around 1/3 to 1/2 an acre. So you've got lots of room to breathe between your houses. You don't feel like you're stacked right on top of everybody, but you can find those smaller lot sizes if you're looking for ease of maintenance, things like that. You don't want all the yard work. There are smaller lots, and the nice thing is that a lot of those do back up to tree lines, which make them really valuable. So you still feel like you're not looking directly into someone's backyard, but you still don't have to maintain, a 1/2 acre lot. So you kind of have the best of all worlds, kind of whatever you're looking for in this neighborhood. And then home sizes in here are going to be somewhere from around 2,400 up to about 6,500 square feet plus. So you can find things that are going to be on that smaller side up to a much larger home if you need that to accommodate you. It's going to have somewhere from 3 to 6 bedrooms. Typically, it's going to be a 3-car garage. You can sometimes find the 2. So, and this is very much a golf cart neighborhood. So a lot of people in here do have golf carts. They use those to go back and forth to the pool and the amenities, which we're going to talk about here in just one second. And I want to talk about the fact that the middle school and elementary school are located within walking distance to this neighborhood. So there's actually a path that connects the neighborhood to the schools, which make it really easy to get to. Also, if you wanted to drive, if there's bad weather or whatever, you can just go around the corner. But a lot of people do take that golf cart up to where that path is and drop their kids off for schools. So the ease of getting to those schools and just being right there is a big draw for this neighborhood. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the amenities really quick. So you're gonna have some great amenities in this neighborhood. Like I said, your HOA fee as of when I'm making this is about $100 a month. So it's not a terrible HOA fee. And with that, you're gonna have 2 community pools and a little kiddie pool with a fountain. One of those larger pools is then gonna have a tanning ledge, which is really nice. And then you've got the little outdoor cabana right there where you can hang out. Right next to that, you're also going to have a basketball court. You're also gonna have a playground. And then you're gonna have some really nice walking trails, nature trails in and throughout the neighborhood, which is also really nice. And then, like I said, you've got that path that gets you over to the school where you can walk, golf cart, or bike over to the schools. But summer days here at the pool are a great way to connect with other people, other kids, make new friends, and just meet people in the neighborhood. But just a really beautiful amenity area in Bridgemore Village. So let's take a look at the map really quick, show you where this is, and then we're going to talk about a couple of listings in the neighborhood right now. And we'll also talk about price. Okay, so right here is where you're going to be located in Bridgemore Village. And I'm going to zoom in and in just one second show you, but let me give you the broad overview of where you are. So Thompsons Station is going to be located south of Nashville right here. It's going to be about 30 to 35 minutes to get into downtown Nashville if you're commuting up to Nashville. And then also you can get up into Franklin really easily right here as well. So you can hop on this I-65 and go this way. Actually, you got to come over here and go up to Franklin that way. You can go either way, but about 20 minutes to get into Franklin, depending on what part you're going into. You could actually get up into the Berry Farms area, which is going to be right here really quickly if you wanted to do that. But you're going to be located down here in Thompsons Station. And I guess I should mention the schools that you're zoned for are Thompsons Station Elementary, Thompsons Station Middle, and then Summit High. But like I said, your elementary and middle school are going to be located right here. And you can see right here how easy this is. Now you'll know if you've ever had to sit in a school drop-off line that this is worth its weight in gold. The fact that you have this path right here going from your elementary and middle school directly into your neighborhood. So if you're anywhere in here, you can easily get over here to this path, walk, bike, golf cart, however, just to drop your kids off rather than sitting in that school drop-off line. This is a huge help for parents. But if you do have to drive, it's just an easy drive to get over here to the front of the school if there's bad weather or whatever. But this is great to have this right here in your own neighborhood. But let's zoom out a little bit and show you where we are again. So if you're wondering where you're going to get groceries and things like that, a lot of people want to know these things. You're most likely going to be going into Spring Hill for that. There's not a lot of those things in Thompson Station, but luckily Spring Hill is going to be just south of you right here. And this is where you're going to find a lot of the things that you're going to need. You can go for a few things up into this Tollgate Village, which is going to be right here, just for a little bite to eat or to go have a drink or a cup of coffee, things like that. They've got some little retail things in that neighborhood. But if you go down here, there's actually going to be a couple of options. So June Lake is a new development that they're putting in. The commercial is not there yet, but it's definitely coming. So this is going to be a whole mixed use development that's going to be located right here. And this is going to give you a lot of options for commercial as time goes on. But then you can just hop over here. Also, this Fountain View is going to have a few options for food, retail, commercial, things like that in here once that's completed, but it's still under construction. But then if you come over here and you go south into Spring Hill, this is going to be where a lot of the shopping that you'll do is going to be. So, you know, your drugstores, your Chick-fil-A, you obviously know where that is, Lowe's, Walmart. If you go further south, you're going to find your Home Depot. Target is down here. So really everything kind of along this strip, you're going to just find everything that you need down here in this Spring Hill area. Groceries, you know, everything, restaurants. So that's all going to be really easy to get to. And then if you want to go up into Franklin, you can do that as well. But Spring Hill is probably going to be the place right over here where you're doing most of your shopping. And there's a lot more coming, even in addition to what's already there. So everything you need is in Spring Hill, but definitely more coming. And another thing to note is that they're putting in a new outlet mall in Thompsons Station. It's going to be right at the 840 and 65 interchange. So that premium outlet mall is supposed to be built right here in this Lewisburg Pike area, which is going to be, you see, you know, pretty close to here. And they're set to have 75 retailers, big box stores. There's going to be a hotel, lots of restaurants, things like that. So that's going to put you in really close proximity here. So they're building that here. And then right over here is going to be where First Bank Amphitheater is, which is also worth noting. It's right here at this Greystone Quarry. It's a great outdoor amphitheater where they have tons of concerts. Great people come to play there. And it's really convenient to this area too. So you've got a lot of options for things in Thompson Station. It's growing a lot. And Thompson Station is not huge. The population is not huge. And so you have a lot of opportunity to build equity especially in a neighborhood like Bridgemore or another neighborhood in Thompsons Station. Okay, so we haven't talked about pricing yet, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about pricing, and then we'll take a look at those couple of listings that we talked about before. So typical prices in here, in the last year, homes have sold anywhere from $900,000 all the way up to $2 million. The typical price point in here, average sale price right now is right around $1.2 million, with the average home sales being somewhere around 1.1 up to about 1.4 being kind of typical. You can get much higher than that and slightly lower, but you're probably going to fall somewhere in that 1.1 to 1.4. And if you do want something a little bit smaller than that, you can probably find something that's going to be a little bit less, and you can definitely find some things on the newer side that are going to have a lot of upgrades, nicer lots, and going to cost you upwards over 1.5. But that gives you an idea of price point. So let's take a look at the MLS, take a look at a couple of the listings that are on here right now. Okay, so I pulled up 4 listings just to give you an idea of what some typical price points in here are and what you get for that price, just to kind of show you. The first thing I'm going to do is shamelessly plug my own listing that I have in here right now. So definitely take a look at this. If this is interesting, reach out to me or any of the other homes and I can take you to see those. But this first one's my listing. The other ones are not my listings, but just ones that other people have in the area that I thought would be great to look at. So this is my listing right here. Come take a look at it. So it's going to be priced at $1,276. This is going to be 5 beds, 3.5 baths, and it's 4,158 square feet. And this house is great. So it's got a beautifully landscaped backyard. You can see it's got tons of curb appeal here. You've got a great front porch. You're going to have a dedicated office, which is going to be this right here in this house. So this house has a dedicated office. It has a dedicated dining room, also an eat-in kitchen. And then you've got 5 bedrooms on top of that. So if you're looking for a lot of space, you have lots of kids, or you just need a lot of rooms for visitors, this is a great house for you because you have tons of space in here to do that. So you've got your dedicated office here, and then you've got your dining room here. You've got a butler's pantry that's going to be right off the kitchen. You've got your kitchen with a beautiful island, quartz countertops, and then you can see you've got your eat-in area right over here off to the side, and then you've got your covered porch off of that. So you got beautiful gold fixtures in here and your subway tile backsplash, and you've got obviously all stainless steel appliances. You can see more of this eating area, and we'll just scroll through here. We won't spend tons of time on these listings, but just want you to be able to see these for sure to understand what you can get in here. So you've got your living room open to the kitchen, and then this is going to be your owner's suite right here. You've got your owner's bath here. You've got double sinks. You've got a beautiful shower, and then going upstairs, you've got this in-wall lighting. You've got a beautiful bonus room upstairs, which this pool table is going to stay. It's a pool ping pong table if you want that to stay. So you've got a ton of room up here. It's kind of hard to even see how much room you've got, but if you need a huge area, additional living, you've got that here. And then you have 4 more bedrooms upstairs. So you've got the owner's suite on the main level, and then you've got 4 more large bedrooms upstairs. You've got a Jack and Jill bath up there, and then you have another dedicated bath off of the bonus room with double sinks as well. So lots of bathrooms in this house. And then you've got your covered porch here, which is screened for just sitting outside and enjoying those fall nights. And then you can see the backyard. So you've got a beautiful backyard here. You back up to a tree line, so you've got lots of privacy. You've got a built-in fire pit here, and then all of this patio furniture can stay as well if you're looking for that. There's actually a golf cart that comes with this house too as well. So if you're looking for a golf cart, you want the whole package, you can do that in this house. So this is a great house. Let me know if you want to see this, but let's take a look at some other listings in here as well. So this one's actually sold, but I thought it was a good example of something at a lower price point. So the last house we looked at was almost 4,200 square feet. This one's only going to be 2,400 square feet, and it's got 3 beds, 2.5 baths. Price point though is much lower. It closed at 900. So this just kind of gives you an idea. If you're looking for a smaller house, it's got a 2-car garage. The one we looked at last had a 3-car garage, but you can take a look at this. And I just thought this was really pretty, especially for 900. If you're looking for that smaller house and lower maintenance, you can take a look at this. So again, you've got your dedicated office. They've done some nice details in this house. I actually love wallpaper, so into that right now, but it looks like they've done a nice job. You've got granite countertops, hardwood floors throughout. You've got some pretty light fixtures. So I think they've done a nice job on this house. You've got your drop zone here for when you come in, and they've done a really nice job decorating it. You see you've got double sinks here, and then going back onto the patio, you do have a tree line in between the houses behind you and this, which is really nice. You've got a really pretty patio here, and then you've got a lot of room in the yard too. So, I mean, for this price, it is a little bit smaller house, but if you don't need all the room, this is great. You actually get a great lot in this one as well. And then let's jump over to this one. So I thought this was a good example too. So you can actually find some homes in here that have a rear load garage. So this is going to be one of those that's got that, more of around 1/5 of an acre. It's got a rear load garage, not much of a yard. So if you were looking for low maintenance or something, and this one sold just in May. So this just gives you an idea though. So this was 3 beds, 3 baths, 2,800 square feet, and sold for $965. And we'll just scroll through and see some of these pictures. You've got a cool front porch on here. Again, you've got some engineered hardwood floors here, which are pretty. You have some nice light fixtures. This house is all brick, which is nice. You can see you've got your fireplace here and a nice kitchen island. Scrolling through, you can see you've got double sinks in here, separate shower tub, and then scrolling down, you've got your nice bonus room upstairs. It's got a nice spacious bonus room upstairs. And then you've got your covered back porch, 2-car garage. And then you can just see, you're just gonna have a smaller courtyard side yard on this house. So you're not gonna have a ton of yard space to maintain here. So if that's kind of, you know, a more maintenance-free type of living that you're looking for, this one sold at $965. And then I'm gonna jump up to just a little bit higher price point to give you an idea here. So this house is gonna be almost 3,900 square feet. And this one recently sold as well. Sold for $1.45. It's gonna have 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and this was on half an acre. And then obviously you can see here, they had a beautiful pool put into this house, which really does add a lot of value to a house. So some people want pools, some people don't, but the people who want pools are definitely willing to pay for the pool. And so this just does add a lot of value. I think they put in a beautiful pool. They have a beautiful outdoor living space. You've got a beautiful fireplace out here overlooking that with your covered porch. This yard was phenomenal. You've got your built-in hot tub. So I know that this added a lot of value for someone who really wanted to be able to move right in and not have to put that pool in for themselves. You can see that you've got hardwood floors here. You've got a beautiful double door front entry, your stone fireplace. And then again, you've got your back porch and you had the other covered porch. So then you've got this covered porch. You've got 2 covered porches. This one has a retractable screen, it looks like. And then you've just got all this outdoor patio area, built-in fire pit. So just a lot of nice additions to this home. But this outdoor living is really a great selling point for this house. There's no doubt about that. And then you can kind of go back and see some of these photos of the inside as well. You've got these beautiful countertops, stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors. You've got your pretty dining area here, your powder room. You've got your dedicated office, and you can see the guest bath here, your laundry room with a sink, which is always nice. I love to see a sink in a laundry room. You've got double sinks in your owner's suite and the shower. And then upstairs, you're going to have more bedrooms and a bonus space, which has got a bar for entertaining. And then you've got tons of additional storage upstairs. And you could probably finish some of this out, I would think, if you wanted to. So people just love additional storage. In Tennessee, sometimes you don't get as much storage as you might want, especially without basements. You know, people coming from places with basements, that was me, just used to, you know, toss everything down in the basement. You don't have as much as that here. So, you know, if you can find a house, a lot of them will have walk-in attics like this, especially if, you know, there's still room that you can finish out. So a lot of people like that for storage. But yeah, this gives you an idea of that listing. So that just gives you a broad overview of what houses sell for in this Bridgemore Village area, just to give you ideas on price points and what those houses might look like. So that is Bridgemore Village. I really do like this neighborhood. It really is so popular. People really, really love Bridgemore Village. There's a lot of reasons, but go down there, take a look at it. If you're coming into town, definitely add it to your list. If this is the price point that you're looking for and kind of the neighborhood you're looking for, you won't want to miss out on it because it is a highly sought after neighborhood and people just love living there. So if you have questions about my listing or any other listings that might be in the area, definitely reach out to me and we can get you set up to go see some of those or, you know, get any of your questions answered that you might have. Again, please like this video. If this was helpful to you, that helps me out a lot. Subscribe if these videos are helpful to you and let me know in the comments or reach out to me if there's videos that you want to see or neighborhoods that you want covered. Make sure you touch base with me and we'll try to get any and all of those done. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. We can get any and all of your questions answered. Thanks so much and we'll see you on the next video.